How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys could please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do really enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification button so you guys do not miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. And as always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about Transformers Prime Season 1. I have talked about Transformers Prime in the past, but I figured it was time for me to discuss the show in its entirety, season by season, for video by video format. And so this is going to be talking about just Season 1. I am going to talk about Season 2 and 3 in a separate video. And I am going to have a Transformers Prime playlist. So if you guys miss out on anything Transformers Prime related, it'll be in the playlist. And I will leave a link to that playlist here at the end of this video. So as I said, we're going to be talking about Transformers Prime. And the way I originally watched this show, unfortunately, was on Google Play, because my region's availability for being able to get this on disc just was non-existent. So eventually, I think 2-3 years ago, as I'm recording this video, this finally was able to be accessed, and I was able to finally get a copy of all 3 seasons here on DVD. You can get this on Blu-ray, but to me, the DVD format works fine. It works fine. It's good enough. And, you know, I've watched this show now like 4 or 5 times, and the DVD still holds up. And like I said, I have it on Blu-ray. So, I'm not Blu-ray, Google Play. So, I'm like, you know, the quality of the DVDs are fine for me. On average, Season 1, 2, and 3 for DVD is going to run you about $15 each. And if you get them on Blu-ray, it's going to run you about $40 to $60, which I think is just absurd. Now, if you're a Transformers fan, fine. But to me, I've got this, and then I've got it on Google Play, so I'm a happy camper. And if I have to rebuy it on DVD again because something doesn't work because of a scratch or whatever, fine. But me, happy. And like I said, I've run these through my Blu-ray machines 4 or 5 times now, and I'm happy. So, moving on, of course, to Season 1. Season 1 kicked off in 2010, has 26 episodes, and they're each about 20 minutes long. So this is a show that you can easily binge watch in under a day. And what's great is that Peter Cullen came back to voice Optimus Prime, and Frank Welker came back to voice Megatron. And this is a show where it's very similar to being a sequel-like show to the original Transformers animated show, but it's also incorporating elements that we've gotten from the Michael Bay live-action movies, where, you know, these kids and teenagers that are in high school, they've discovered, unfortunately, about the undercover nature of the Autobots versus the Decepticons, and so that just leads to a bunch of goofy tension. We also get introduced to new Transformers that I've never seen before, including the likes of Bulkhead and RC, and I think they are great. They're honestly the standout characters in this entire show and in this season. Bumblebee, Ratchet, and Prime also do really great in the show, but I think Bumblebee and RC, as being the 2 new characters in the show, really do a great job shining. As far as Megatron goes, he's Megatron. Starscream, they finally kind of kick off his character arc, and he does break away from the Decepticons because he's constantly being betrayed by Megatron, and he hates that. And what they did with his arc, I think, was pretty cool. We also get introduced to a bunch of other Decepticons, like Knockout, so that was pretty cool. And we actually get to learn why in the world, because I don't think this was in the original show. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been ages since I've seen the original Transformers show. But I don't think they ever explain why Megatron is Lord Megatron and he's the chief, basically, of the Decepticon army. I don't think that ever got explained as to why Megatron and Optimus Prime hate each other. And with this show, they do explain that, while also introducing us to the fact, again, and I know we've had this numerous times, but we get introduced to the fact that, you know, a Transformer is the literal center core of Earth, and I liked that as well. So we get there's a bunch of story arcs and whatnot. The first, I think it's like 4 episodes. Yeah, first 5 episodes, it's dealing with the fact that Megatron's back on Earth, and he has Dark Energon, which is the bloody Unicron. And Unicron's, of course, the center of the Earth now. And Megatron's trying to raise a zombie army of Cybertronian warriors. Sure, kick your sci-fi robotic show with a zombie plot line. First time I watched this, I'm just like, okay, this is just way out there. This is sci-fi perfectly put on display. And I think it's just great. There is a lot more adult things and whatnot, and a lot of other new characters get introduced. We get introduced to Arachnid. I think Arachnid is a really cool Decepticon. She's kind of a unexpected element in the show. You never know which side she's going to be on, whether that's the Autobots, the Decepticons, the human Decepticon army of mech. You don't know if she's just going to lone gun it. And I feel like that's kind of what Starscream is starting to do. He's starting to become a lone gun, kind of like Arachnid. I like Arachnid and Arcee's constant backstory and fighting and whatnot. I think that rivalry dynamic really works well within the show. There's just so much that happens in these 26 episodes. And there's no way I can cover every single element in this show. I think Jack is a really great character. I like him as a human character the most. He kind of does remind you a lot of Optimus Prime before he becomes Optimus Prime. Miko just really gets on my nerves. I think, and I don't understand. I don't know if she was written this way on purpose, but she is an annoying character in this entire season. She's more annoying than Jack and the little kid with glasses, which I can't remember. But she's more annoying because she never stays in one place. She never listens to logic and reasoning, and I hate that with a living passion. Now, as far as the fact that this is a animated cartoon show, look at me. Let's be honest. I'm 29, and I like the show. I've got my mom to watch it, and she's enjoyed it. I've got my dad to watch it. He enjoyed it for the time that he watched it. And I've had other friends that are much even older than me, and they're like, this is pretty good Transformers. It's definitely better than whatever else they've got on TV for Transformers now. What is it now? Allspark or whatever? And it looks like the new version of Ben 10. I hate it. So the art style works really well. I think the dialogue for about 99% of the characters works well. It's good action, but it's not over the top where you can't follow what's happening and whatnot. There are some predictable moments, but for the most part, everything's pretty, cool Transformers, and this is kind of what you would expect from a Transformers show. And the ending of this season, I think, is definitely a gigantic highlight, where Optimus Prime uses the Matrix of Leadership to literally blow up Unicron's soul, his arc. He extinguishes it. Unfortunately, because he does that, he goes back to being pre-Optimus Prime. I can't remember his name, so I'm sorry. But he ends up not having any memories of being a Prime. He has no memories of the Autobots and Decepticon War. So in his mind, he's still an ally to Megatron, which means Optimus Prime kind of thinks he's a Decepticon, even though he's not. And that leads, of course, into Season 2, which I will be covering. So overall, I think Season 1 is a great introduction. It introduces a lot of characters, a lot of plots. It does give us some resolutions and whatnot, but of course it leaves the floodgates open for Season 2 and 3 to follow. And I'm excited to talk about Season 2 and 3. I'm going to be rewatching them with my brother, who has not had a chance to watch it because he was away at college and such, so he didn't have the opportunity to watch it with me. So I'm going to rewatch it for like the 6th, 7th time or something now. And so overall, I'm going to give Season 1 a 10 out of 10. It's a great show. There is no woke political messaging or bullshit. Like I said, it's about $15-20 to get it on DVD. I think it's about the same price on Google Play for the entire season as well. Of course, if you're buying it on Google Play or other digital stores, you can buy each episode separately. I would just recommend buying the entire season. 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next video or stream. Bye, guys.